So recently, I've been working on a little bit of jungle music. I've been fiddling around with it. I guess it's more drum and bass at this point. It's less jungly. It's a little more layered. It's a little thicker. It started off with a really interesting concept. The idea was, instead of using nice kind of MIDI instruments, I'm gonna actually record myself playing guitar and then just chop the shit out of it and see how that goes. So it's a lot of real kind of chopped up guitar that makes up the whole instrument base apart from drums. So we've got kind of two sections to this. We've got, on one side, cool guitar stuff going on. On the other side, which is here, we got cool drum stuff. We'll look at the instrument stuff first. If we go to our, this is probably my favorite section. Oh, I've fucked it. This is my favorite section of the song. So there's two kind of parts of this. The first part is the one I've got in green. Actually, no, we'll look at the green. So this first section is the same kind of thing going on, pretty much. Now, this is actually different. I didn't realize this was different. I thought they were all the same, but it ended up sounding pretty cool with this being different. So we've just got a pattern of chopped up sections occurring in different spots. So this is more rhythmic. This one is a little bit different, less rhythmic, more of the sounds. This one's just... So I find that when you do chops like this, you can just kind of cut it wherever you want and just bang them in a random pattern until it feels pretty nice. So that's what I've kind of done for this section, and sort of for this section as well. This one I had a little bit more thought of, like I wanted more rhythmic-y, same kind of sound the whole time. I almost didn't even think about working on this because the guitar stuff wasn't really working, but I'm very happy that I managed to get it to a point that I'm pretty happy with. I'm no expert by any means, by the way. I might even put that at the start of the video. I'm no expert by any means in making music. I just fiddle around, and what feels nice is good. If it sounds good, it sounds good. That's the main thing. We've also got another part of guitar here. So the second kind of guitar is much more like flavor, just nice sounds. This is pretty much more chops. The chops are much more sparse. I've absolutely cranked the delay. The delay goes crazy, and then I've added a couple little things on here. So the phaser flanger is probably a big one. It makes it a bit less harsh. It doesn't kind of like punch you in the face, which is nice. That's kind of what you want. The saturator just makes it a little bit louder, and apparently I cranked the bass up. So we can also see I've cranked the transposition up. It gives it a nice high sound. I don't know how to describe it. Fuck off. You can see here, these ones have been cranked all to be really, really low. So you've got your original octave down, 2 octaves down. That just fills up the bass. I found with this, it was hard to put MIDI over the top because the guitar was a little bit out of tune. So I just stuck purely to the guitar. I put some really low bits to kind of fill in where the bass should go. So it just sounds a bit more full, a bit more chunky. That's nice. My favorite part of the song here, though, isn't actually the guitar that I've done. My favorite part, the sound that I love the most, is actually these drums here. So these are two different break beats. We got the days break and the guest break. This is from a pack that I can't remember the name of, but it's completely free. And if I find it, I'll try to put it in the description just for everyone, because, oh my God, I could not make any of this music without that pack. Pretty much, it sounds like this. I love the sound of the chorus that I put on it. So I got a chorus ensemble, and then I linked it to an LFO. So that is how it changes kind of at the end of a beat. I really, really love that sound. It's very, very fun. If we look over here, I added some MIDI over the top. So these two are both just kind of samples. And then I added the boom bap kit over the top. So I did kick. This just lets your kicks hit a bit more and your snares. And I put 2 snares over the top of each other, just because one was a bit too much low end and one was too much high end. And you mix it, you get a nice medium. And what you can do also, if you put a MIDI kick over the top of your drums, is you can link it to a compressor. So I've got a compressor over the top of all my guitar. And you can see it actually drags the volume down a bit every time it hits, and that way your kick pops out a bit more when it kicks. Yep, that's the explanation. I also have EQ'd this one a fair bit. I actually cut out a lot of the high end All this I don't think is actually on, but I've got this audio filter if I have it on. Way too much high end for the whole thing, so we just cut off a lot of the high end just to make it a bit nicer on the ears. Sweet. Structuring, it's pretty simple. It's a pretty low-key structure. We've just kind of got the lead-in bit, which sounds like that. We've got the main section. We've got this section, which is a pretty cool. It changes it up. It's a bit darker sounding, I think. You can see the drums. I haven't even chopped the drums in this. The drums are just straight their samples. The only chop is this when it ends, which gives it a little bit of a drop, but it's pretty insignificant. It's just kind of there for a bit of flavor. I also sampled a guy in this that I like. I sampled J Schlatt. We all love J Schlatt. Everyone loves J Schlatt. I sampled that guy. So my structure anyway. Intro, kind of the main cool bit. Change it up with drums, change it up without drums. That way you can get a bit of a more kind of low-key section in your music, which is good to have a bit of a change up in vibe. And then I went on to this other. Oh, that's the biggest hell I've ever... It's just another kind of section. Changes up, makes it a bit more interesting. It's got a really nice ear candy kind of like bit that I wanted to include. It's definitely not my favorite. Like, this section's nice, I like it, but it's not as good as the ending. And then it ends in the same kind of way before it dissipates at the end. I hate you so much. God, I hate you. The ending of the guitar kind of fading out was completely accidental, but pretty much the lower samples last longer because they are an octave down, so they're actually slower. And so it's just that section of guitar that I was playing originally chopped, slow down more. They all end at separate times. It's a really cool fade out. And then I put J Schlatt over the top. The last kind of little structure-y thing that I've added here is a kind of like a build up to the drop of the song going back into like a riffy bit. That's pretty simple. It looks just kind of like this. I put the snare and the kick over the top. Just makes it a bit more punchy. You want it to be punchy. You want punchy snares. Yeah, I think that's kind of it.